Guys, welcome back to iHeart SoCal, and thanks again for joining us today. If you're just tuning in, we're the show that talks about everything great in a community. We're also here to show love to all of the amazing nonprofits out there trying to make a difference. And on the phone with me, I have Miss Rodgers, the executive director of Miss Rodgers Neighborhood. Miss Rodgers, thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure. Love being here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's jump right into it and tell me more about your nonprofit organization, Miss Rodgers Neighborhood.
So, Miss Rodgers Neighborhood is a community nonprofit organization working to create services and generate resources for our homeless and economically disadvantaged individuals and families. And basically, that's just a fancy way to say we help people. Anyone in need, anyone who comes to us and, has a desire to, whether it be get their life together or improve their lives in any way, we do what we can to assist.
That's amazing. I want to know what made you start this organization.
I'm actually a formerly homeless, formerly incarcerated single mother of two boys. So, I know the struggle. I've lived it. I've survived it. And at this point, I feel my only job now, is to help people through.
Do you ever look back at a time in your life and just thank God and say, I cannot believe that I made it through this?
Oh, my gosh, every day. Every day. Every single opportunity that I have to help someone else and I see them thank God because they feel like I'm an answered prayer. It's like, there's no way this would be possible if I hadn't been through what I've been through. So, every day I take the good with the bad.
Absolutely. Was there a point when you were going through something and you were saying to yourself, if I can just get through this, I will make sure to help everyone else out?
Homelessness, just surviving that, having to figure out whether you're going to eat today or get a room or have to sleep in your car or what type of clothes you're going to have to wear so that you look presentable and no one else knows so they don't judge you. It's every single day was a struggle. And, every night I went to bed and every morning I woke up praying that if there's ever an opportunity that I can get to help someone else who's been in my situation, I'm going to do it because we don't live in a vacuum. We don't exist in a vacuum. No one goes through their particular situation alone. There's nothing new under the sun. There's always someone who has been through your situation. And so, if you can do what you can to help others, I feel you have to. You survived that particular occurrence for a reason. And it has to be to help others through it because most of the time that we're going through it, we're alone and we feel like we're alone and we feel like there's no one to help us. But there are people who have been through it and people who are willing to do that work. And I just happen to be one of them. And I'm grateful for it. I truly am.
I want to know, what is the biggest misconception about homelessness and being homeless?
The biggest misconception is that most of them are lazy, that they're on drugs, and that they've accepted their lifestyle and they don't want anything better for themselves. I think that is the greatest stigma that we are facing right now with homelessness. And that is a large reason why, in situations where we're working to have affordable housing or put up shelters in certain neighborhoods, there are people who don't want those buildings there. They don't want those type of services to exist in their community, but they also don't want to see homeless people there. And it's like, come on, guys, we got to work through this, and we have to come to an understanding that not everyone is on drugs. And the people that are on drugs still need services. You know what I mean? They're not a lost cause. We've seen so many people come out of that situation, whether they be celebrities or just regular everyday people. We all have some type of struggle. And so, if we can get over those stigmas in particular, I think we could do a lot to help our homeless community.
Absolutely. And I've realized that a lot of people don't think about, people are sometimes homeless from happenstance. Like, it can be a medical bill, it can be, a big bill, it can be a loss of job. So it's not like people are just out there wanting to be homeless.
Absolutely. There's a great deal of people who lost their homes just in dealing with this pandemic alone, and that was completely out of their control. There was nothing they could do to fix that or make it go away, but they're still in that situation and, they have to get through it and they're going to need assistance. We can't do it alone, and it takes a village.
Ms. Rodgers, tell us about any programs or events that you have coming up.
Oh, wow. So we host food distributions every 2 weeks in different neighborhoods, but always in Compton for sure. We have a pop up shop. We have a homeless outreach program in Skid Row in Echo Park. We have an essentials home delivery service. We have a rental assistance program, and we're working on a few community fridge projects as well. So we're doing a lot. We're spreading ourselves wide and, doing what we can to service as many as we can.
Let's talk about this home delivery service and also the rental assistance, which I think is so great right now, especially what people are coming off of the pandemic. A lot of people maybe aren't working right now, aren't no food. So this rental assistance, I'm sure, helps out a lot. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so initially we started, we'll go first with the Essentials Home Delivery Service. We created that service just out of the pandemic alone. You would go to the store and we would see there's no toilet paper or there's no paper towels, there's no soap, there's no essentials that we need to literally get through this pandemic. How can you wash your hands when there's no soap? You know what I mean? So we did what we could to generate those resources so that we can spread those resources to those who need them. So, whether that be through Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or just by reaching out to us by phone, email, whatever it takes to let us know that there's some type of essential item that you need, to get through your daily, we're going to work to provide that essential item and deliver it to you personally at no cost. As far as the rental assistance program, that also started out as a pandemic because so many, we all went through this. We all went through it together. We were all doing what we could to survive it, but rent was still due. You know what I mean? Even with the shutdown, even with everything that wasn't working and wasn't happening, rent still had to be paid and it still needed to be paid on time. And there are various rental assistance programs out there and, they're doing what they can as well. But one thing I feel that separates our rental assistance program from others is that it's a comprehensive program all around. So we also provide a $500 stipend for groceries every month. We have a financial literacy course that you are required to take while you are in the program. And it's a 6-month program, So basically we work to pay your rent in full for the first 3 months, and then we pay half the rent for the additional 3 months. And that basically works to, help that person self-sustain and also save so that when they are out of the program, they can, not only survive but thrive and find out what the best versions of themselves are because they're no longer stressed with having to pay bills and no longer burdened by, robbing Peter to pay Paul or pinching pennies. You know what I mean? So we're doing all we can. We truly are doing everything we can.
Are you an organization that accepts, what if there's someone who's feeling generous and wants to donate to help out with this rental assistance program or maybe the home delivery service? Do you guys accept donations?
Absolutely. One concept, like I said, we host Miss Rodgers pop-up shop, and that's basically where, say you have, a closet full of clothing that you no longer wear and you decide you want to completely change your whole wardrobe. You can take all of that clothing, bag it up, we'll pick it up, or you can deliver it to a site that we, inform you of, and we'll take all of those items and redistribute them back into the community at no cost. So absolutely, we take donations, anything as small as a hygiene item all the way, up to something as big as a check, funding. We absolutely accept donations.
And how can people get in contact to donate?
They can find us on our website, missrogershood.org. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as all of the payment options as well, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. We're Miss Rodgers Hood on all platforms, and we openly communicate as well. Our email address is the 411 at missrogershood.org.
What differentiates you from other organizations?
What differentiates? Our consistency. I believe our consistency has made us reliable, and it has allowed us to develop an exceptional rapport within the community with the people, and that has built a trust that it's priceless. They know that we're going to show up. They know that we can help them. They know that they can trust us. They know, and we know, and it's built a community that acts as a family. And if you can have people that support you and you feel supported as well, that's everything at times. You know what I mean? And that strength has built a solidarity that has created a wealth that, like I said, it's simply priceless. And that's all based on consistency. People know that they can trust us and they know that they can rely on us because we've developed that relationship and we've done the work.
What are some of the results that you guys have seen since helping out the community?
Oh, wow. I mean, people's lives are changed. You know what I mean? There's food on the table. There's clothes on people's backs. The rent is paid. And that allows people, like I said earlier, to be alleviated from that stress that capitalism, kind of puts all of us through in a sense. And that allows them to become the best versions of themselves because they're no longer bogged down by the mundane and by the everyday. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. And I got to make sure everything works. Now it's, the rent is paid. There's food in the refrigerator. My kids are good. There's clothes on our backs. We have everything we need to become the best versions of ourselves. And I mean, what better result than that?
Absolutely. What's a beautiful day like in Miss Rodgers' neighborhood?
Oh, a beautiful day in Miss Rodgers' neighborhood. The children are fed, they're loved, they're educated. The parents and adults, like I said, are self-actualizing and creating and living together in solidarity. The streets are safe, there's fresh food, and poverty doesn't exist. If we can abolish poverty, we can alleviate 99.9% of our society's problems. And that's a beautiful day in Miss Rodgers' neighborhood.
I love that. What are some of your goals for the next 3 to 5 years?
Goals for the next 3 to 5 years is just to continue to expand and grow and reach and touch as many hearts and lives as we can. We really, truly just want to help as many people, especially with this pandemic now. We want to help as many people through this as possible.
It has to feel really good to be able to provide to the community just after what you've gone through. That has to feel really good.
It's all the confirmation I need. All the confirmation I need. Every struggle, every trial, every challenge brought me to this moment. And I'm grateful. I'm thankful. I'm blessed.
Have you ever been in a situation, and I guess you look back at that situation and you're like, how did I get out of that?
Yes and no, because in the moments where I can't explain it, I just attribute it to God.
Mm-hmm.
God got me through. That there's no other explanation for a Black woman to survive and thrive in this society that we're living in today. It's God, and that's all I give it to.
Is there anything else that you would like to say to our listeners out there? Give us the website one more time. Just tell us what you're feeling right now.
Oh, I mean, to those already working in the movement, I just want to say thank you for all that you do to nurture and feed our communities. We don't get our flowers like we're supposed to. So in this moment, I just want to thank you and say that I love you and I appreciate you. And anyone looking to get involved, Miss Rodgers' neighborhood is a great place to start. And you all be safe and stay blessed.
Absolutely. And if people want to donate, of course, money, clothes, toiletries, give us the website for that so they can get in contact with you guys.
Again, we are Miss Rodgers Hood on all platforms. That's MISSRODGERSHOOD on all platforms. And the website is www.missrodgershood.org.
And let us
Email address is the 411@missrodgershood.org.
And let us know some of the things that you guys would need right now.
Clothing, men's clothing especially, shoes, hygiene items, and funding.
Ms. Rodgers, I appreciate you jumping on and chatting again. Thank you so much for that.
As always, I appreciate you, EJ, and thank everybody at iHeart. Love you guys.